Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with an Overwatch 2. And quickly going to show up the shop and quickly want to mention, part of me remembers getting the Overwatch Mega Bundle, part of me. But part of me also does not remember it, which I'll cover in a second. The Heist Mega Bundle still up. But yeah, covering the Overwatch Mega Bundle. Also, you can get 20... In Season 20, get more bonus prismas for a limited time to celebrate the holiday. So if you still want prismas, the mythic currency, I recommend picking them up now. Like, I know it would kind of be stupid, but the temptation to essentially pick up an additional, like an additional 50. Guys, honestly, at the minute, I would 100% recommend just spending double the 20 and just getting the 100 at the minute, because it is kind of more worth it. And this is currently what I think their prices all should be. 10 for about a tenner isn't too bad. This is UK prices. I don't know what the conversion would be. Like 8.39 for 10 is not too bad. Under 20 for 30 is not too bad. And, you know, which in this case I do think would need to be dropped down to potentially 14 to 15. Like, say about £14 for about 30 wouldn't be too bad, or even 15. And then 20.99 for like 50 is pretty decent. And then 100 for 40 something quid is also reasonable. But going over the Overwatch stuff, Dream Sheep I do not remember buying. Glitterer I also do not remember buying. Heart of Grace I remember getting, because it came out during Junior season, which is why her mythic looks the way it does. Same for Heart of Passion, and I remember getting this Diva skin. But the rest I do not remember. Also, guys, not so much a spoiler for this week's episode of Craft Morn. Kind of more something that I don't like. The episode's already recorded, just needs to be edited. Because this week I've basically, like, in the episode, I'll load into a comp game, and I'm only missing tank and damage. I only need one more tank game, and then it's literally just 8 more games of damage. And I was like, I'm going to full on prioritize this week as monster hunting. Now, depending on how far I get, because at this point in time I'm like master rank 84, I think after stream I should theoretically, and I mean theoretically, be able to get to like master rank 85. I think over the next couple of days I should be able to get to master rank 85. Actually, potentially master rank 87. I will then do potentially 2 more grinding videos, because then it also gives me additional, then it'll also give me a couple more days, or at least additional bit more time to get everything ready for the next Craft 1 episode. Not for the next one coming out, but the one after that. And then it'll just be a case of straight up after that will be Ruiner. But I probably will do, say, 2 more videos of me just basically grinding Elder Dragons. I know what one of them's going to be. One of them would have been Black Veil, but I've almost completed that. Yeah, you'll do King's Row. And all honesty, guys, I've either almost completed it or have completed it. Like, I did a Black Veil hunt earlier, and that's like, I completely forgotten the fact of needing a large Elder Dragon gem. Yeah, Steve will be fine. And so, you know, cut off Black Veil's tail, and it's like, oh, large Elder Dragon gem. Like, I didn't know I needed one for the armor, because it's been a while since I've chat. I have it set as a wish list item, and then when it pops up, it's like, oh. But other than that, I do completely forget. I do not want to see May. I also do not want to see Torbjorn, and I do not want to see Life Weaver. Life Weaver is annoying, although it has saved me recently, so it has started to come off the less annoying list. May and Torbjorn are just then annoying. But I say none of my picks, but no Life Weaver's on that list. Although the only thing I don't like about Life Weaver is the fact that at random points, they do just generally do... Like, I've had good experiences and bad experiences, but the bad experience is kind of right way to good on Life Weaver players just randomly pulling you out of the way when you're not always low on health, which is generally what I think it's supposed to be used for. Pulling you close into the team, or you're low on health, and pulling you out the battle. I've literally checked my health, and I've been over half health, and I know for a fact Life Weavers do not heal that fast. And that's my general problem, because I've seen a lot of Life Weavers basically. I don't 100% know, it's just a case of I've been almost at full health. Like, I've been above half almost every single time, and Life Weavers have randomly pulled me out of the way, and then they've been under fire, so at this point I just take it as Life Weaver mains pick a fight, they don't want to finish that fight, so they bring in someone to take it. I've even been pulled in from playing support by Life Weaver to then cover, to then take the hit. I've died a few times from it too, which is annoying, very much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
But yeah, so I was doing the Black Veil hunt, got one large chance to cut I was like, I'm not going to get that lucky and get another. And I did. I was very much surprised. But like guys, this week basically is just a case that I'm full on grinding, which does mean the only content this week is like there's going to be little content this week, but hopefully it should make up for more content next. Guys, the Ruiner fight is gonna, like the Ruiner fight, because it's gonna be one of those cases where it's gonna be not be fun for editing purposes, because I already know roughly how I'm gonna edit it, because I want to try and get the full set of armor within the episode, which means I know it's gonna take a full Ruiner hunt. I also know I'm gonna need a few flesh or green prints, and I have none. I've done a few spins with the steamwork, and none. Now, during certain events, it might be during most events, you generally don't get them. I never have, I don't know for sure. I was an idiot shooting at a deflecting Genji. But yeah, so guys, one of the hunts will be hunting Master Rank, bloody demon itself, the Wind Dragon, I can't think of his name. That was actually Kashula the Aura. And Master Rank Kashula the Aura to make its armor. Now, the reason I say it's not going to be fun, when you have the armor to go to, like, I said this in my What Is series, Fatales Edition, Part 2. I was expecting that to be one of the most annoying parts of the fight. Like, one of my most annoying fights. Because the thing spends a lot of time up in the sky, uses wind pressure to stop you from getting close, stop it from getting even anywhere near you, and I don't know whether I have fought Math Rank Kashula the Aura, at least in World. I'm pretty sure I have in Line, and when I saw the fact it was in Rise, I was like, no, why not, why this? Because again, it's that I hate this fighting, but again, its armor doesn't look kind of cool. Here, take a move. You son of a bitch. But yeah, so that'll be one of them, and the other will generally just be a typical grinding episode. But like, the other annoying thing is, I am trying to then grind like 3 different games all within the space of a week. Like, I am trying to get back the money I spent on 2 mansions on GTA, and on 2 different characters. One was for a video, one was for my main. I've then done a, which I will cover in the, not the next episode of Craft One, but the episode after that, so next week's episode of Craft One. But I've been saying for a while, I've been wanting to upgrade the chicken pen to have hoppers underneath. And I've done a few of the upgrades that I want to do for it. Like, I've changed the gates to basically be fences with carpet on top. I'm kind of tempted to change it to, just so I have benefits of both, being I have the gates, but I don't know, like if I need to hit the carpet from the top and let things get out, I can. But the reason I prefer carpet when it comes to chicken pens is because I typically overload them.
The name's Cassidy.
But like I've done that, I've then dug the hole down a bit deeper, which when doing it I was like I started digging it just so I'd have a place to put the chest and the hoppers. And I was like, oh wait, yeah, this is right underwater. I probably should have blocked some of the water up, and what I did was just take the dirt that was from the top level and literally just moved it down a level. Which I was originally slightly annoying by. I thought the chickens were going to be a lot more annoying, so I did box them in like 3 different times. I boxed them in so I could do about half of it. I then boxed them in, then do most of it. I then boxed them into a tiny little box so I could do most of it. So I could at least put the grass down. Doing the hoppers is not going to be too bad because they'll basically move around and I can work around them at that point. Now, I've done most of the hoppers since.
One life down, plenty more
But
to
it has
go.
also been a very expensive iron project. So guys, when I've been saying I'm going to need iron, it's not the reason I'm saying I need an iron, because I was kind of thinking of using like a few iron blocks in the lab. At least as like pillars. That might not be possible. I've used 5 or 6, no, I think 8 stacks of iron already, just doing the hoppers I've done. I've also used a decent bit of wood. Almost a team kill. But I got us all the way to here, so I think it should be played again for me. But yeah, so guys, basically, like there's not going to be as many videos this week, but hopefully it should basically allow me to get to a point where I'm not sort of held back. Because I'm hoping, because I typically record Monster Hunter, like, because typically I stream on Fridays, record Monster Hunter Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, and then Craft 1 typically gets recorded on Wednesday. Also, this week just happens to be a case of it's like there's no additional content that I want to record. Why, yes, I could have recorded more content videos, but the point of that was they would have been more boring than what like grinding ones are going to be anyway. I know why the 2 videos of grinding I did weren't exactly the most fun. Like, people aren't that interested in grinding videos in the first place. Like, if you're following a story-based game, you're not going to be that, like, you're not going to be, like, that interested to watch someone going around and be like, grinding because I have no choice in the matter. Or hunting something that's kind of just annoying to existence. That acts existence. Because, yes guys, I got fed up with hunting, like, anytime I've seen an Ebony or Dogra hunt since, I've been like, nope. If I only had options of Ebony or Dogra hunts, and guaranteed, you know, with a guaranteed like 5 mastering levels, or Nishu hunt say 20 Beotiduses, I think I would choose the 20 Beotiduses. Like, I honestly do. Just because of how annoying, like, just because I don't like having a Dogon anymore. A Dogon I don't really have too much of a problem with. But Dragonblight, and the fact that it's a fast annoying breath. All that. Guys, my plan there was to essentially, if they could have holded it, drop nuke down, they would have either had to A, scatter, or B, die to the nuke, which meant we should have got point, but the team couldn't hold it. Is Widow really the smart choice for matches metros? In this one case, Torbjorn would be a great choice.
Time to save the spirits? Game on! I'm hungry for a fight!
Okay, should be okay. Widow can pinpoint people from a certain distance. Alari and Moira, I mean, Moira said more healing, I thought she would have. Just as like Moira's like, not necessarily known, but like a lot of people do, like, I've done it more than once, looked at Moira and been like, okay, so all we're going to see is damage numbers for the rest of the game. I say, why the hell did I just hit shortens?
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Enemy here! Time to mobilize!
That's why I just did shorten.
Found an enemy!
Now, either that was someone using the particular weapon, or B, it was someone who's not marker. Well, okay, something I do wish Overwatch internet, yeah. Thank you. Something that I do wish Overwatch can, and I get would get abused, is a system where you could basically go and be like, message them, like, and be like, hey, can this, you know, ban Overwatch thing, if you know, start tankers or something. Just because I myself was one of the points that my internet first, so I can pick that for them. And because of things like that, I've then sort of been told, oh, you need to wait 15 minutes before you can jump back into a game. I get the point of the end, I honestly do agree with them. But I also think people who do accidentally get kicked or have internet crashes should be allowed to go and say, does it seem I'm sort of, you know, using this, and I'd say give them like 3 per year. Or even just say 1 per season. Well, if a teammate does lose, I do wish that you have, like, someone would, like, not tank,
This
because I don't think it would be
ends
as fair to essentially expect the tank to dip from their role, but I do think it would be cool that if DPS could, or support could essentially swap into tank or all that lot, like, you could just have one person essentially be like, swap from their current role, so you've at least got the other role. Like, if you tag leave or something, I really wish it was an option. I also think it would be great if you had the same option if both the support leave. Like, one of your DPS players or another player on your team could then swap. And if it happened to be in tank, someone would then get the message of, hey, do you want to swap into tank? Just because I have been in games where both my support players have essentially just dipped, and it's been like, this isn't going to go well. And hopefully they don't get past the first point because because of the fact that we're stupid if they do. Hopefully it's quite new. How? You're telling me Ramatra blocks that shit and it kind of is non-lethal? See, guys, that's my problem with some mods in this game. Even if you did block them, I do think it's stupid they don't do more. Like, part of me is happy the fact that you can block Diva's nuke with things like Sigma's, Briggs, and Reinhardt's shield. And same would be for Ramatra's shield. But I think it's stupid he can just put his fist up to block the damage, and then it casts like a blocking a nuke. I also think it's stupid how the fact he can block something that is known as a nuke. Because I'm sorry, it's a nuke. You're still telling me that's blocking it? And guys, the reason I mentioned Rug is because for a good while, I wasn't sure whether she could. Just because it's a tiny little shield, and it doesn't really protect it. Like, logically speaking, it wouldn't protect from much. But then I saw a clip the other day, and it's just, this brig person, which at the beginning, it looks like she's essentially sacrificing, I think it was a Moira, might have been a Mercy. No, it was an Anna. And, like, she's, like, sort of whipping the nuke. They're trying to anyway. And all you then see is that brig then sort of jumping in, like, in slow motion, just sort of leaping to block it. And it was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. This is what you want to see. And an ult that would absolutely obliterate your team and just someone blocking it. It's annoying, but it's always kind of fun. And kind of cool to see, depending on how it's done. So they went the first round of us basically obliterating them a good bit to now they're taking their hands up, now they're taking their the heads at their asses. Let's say that's getting someone. Guys, like, I'm not going to be too specifically doing anything at this point with barely any time. Just I don't want them getting this. I'd rather them not get to the next one because then they've not completely, but they've basically only just got to push it around the corner. I hear a Genji and I don't like hearing a Genji because they're sneaky.
30 seconds remaining.
Guys, players that you typically don't want to hear, especially when there's only a few seconds left, are Genji, Traces, and Sombras. And more specifically, anyone with a speed ability. If they do, I will have a nuke to drop on their asses.
Don't kill Kana. You got this.
But, I mean, I've almost got the nukes, it's not too bad. Hopefully I can do what I was going to do. No, I can't because I've got the press fly button. My fault.
Initiating defense matrix. Nothing gets past me.
Victory. Which will be where I get my tank placement. I beg your pardon. I got a triple kill with a Neil. What did he do? That's one with ult. Okay. That was a team kill. Almost a team kill. I am that son of a bitch. Of course, match I had to bleed boost me out of the way. Although, guys, what I do think is kind of annoying and funny, I've lost 7 of my tank games. Which is annoying. If I'd won one more, I would have... See, I did a basic calculation of... It's 81%, which means I do need to play one more match in it, which... I will do before the end of, within the next 20 days. After I've done my damage games, I will 100% chuck, like, do a round. Now, we get the fun and really annoying thing of I only need damage now. And, guys, I don't do this on purpose. Because of it's a lot more beneficial to click all rank. To click all. So I do. I then typically get halfway through support, 1 or 2 games done in tank, maybe a game or 2 in damage if I actually choose to play damage. But the point of it is, I then have basically 10 games of damage left at the end. Well, more specifically, I then usually have 9 games of damage at the end. But instead of this time, I've got 8. Yay! But also, guys, a slight bit of annoyance. I think it was last week the video came out where I was basically in the whole video being like, do not do KF Rico, it is no longer worth it. And why do still stand on the base premises of that? I've now done it more recently than I used to. Because I used to constantly be getting the tequila bottle, which was 500,000. And then, because basically my method was what I showed in the video of going in through the door, like, taking the sub up to the back, up to essentially the back of the place, going in through the tunnel, like the sewer entrance, going up, and then eliminating people as I did. I've kind of found a more effective way by yourself, and it's just quite simply taking a detour to the West Beach, going down to the hangar and nicking from there, and then swimming all the way back up and taking the entrance in, and then doing the same thing all over again. Because at that point, you do generally get out with about 800,000 to 900,000, which is a tiny bit more than what most businesses will earn you, but for the most point, it's still under what you would get from doing the agency. But say, oh wait, I'm in damage, and it's like, I was like thinking, wait, I've got placed in damage. It's like, hold on, wait, no, I selected to go into damage.
Select heroes to ban.
I am goddamn hoping Venter doesn't get banged. Because I do want to play it, but I've got a gut feeling I'm not going to be able to. Oh, thank God. Guys, what does kind of annoy me is because if I see the fact of, like, yeah, I might not want to see things like life free from a game. But if I generally do see the fact that someone on my team wants to play them, I was like, okay, no, I won't ban them because my teammate wants to play them. Now, do I want to be dealing with the characters I don't want to be dealing with? No. But I still don't ban them. Oh, and I'm in rank with all servers. Not too bad.
I am the Empire. I will create
I wish it was nice enough and told me what the rank between was. Do not heal Venter. Okay, I'm reporting that person.
And we'll have no quarrel.
Because guys, believe it or not, refusing to heal someone can get you banned. Because also that's something. Just so I remember, I'll actually screenshot it. Because there is a way to do it before, like during the game, but I'll do it literally right after the game. So I'm going to presume I'm not going to get healed. But it also does mean I am going to be slightly petty. Now, I don't want to be, but at the same point, Arjuna is refusing to heal me. So guys, any deaths that I do get aren't going to exactly be fair. Also guys, I did recently change my Venter skin. Mainly because I wanted something that wasn't just a plain simple one, so... If we lose this, I'm literally just going to be like, well, support shouldn't, you know, well, if we lose this, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be thinking, so a support player is used to heal a DPS. Now, guys, I will willingly say, yes, I do ban things like Life Weaver, just randomly because I don't want to deal with them. Because I've seen way too many Life Weavers, you know, waste their abilities. To simplify it. But I also don't want to see things like May, because I've seen them be toxic with Ice Wars. Torbjorn's turret's annoying to deal with, and needs, seriously, that auto-aim needs to be taken down a peg or two.
Nerf this!
But no, I am reporting our Juno after this, just because it's a case of they're being a, I'm gonna say it, they're being a bitch for the sake of being a one. How do they not have, like, I know for that it's gonna be like, told you not to heal them, and it's gonna be like, yeah, and because you said not fucking heal. See, the reason I put it known for a fact that I'm not gonna get healed is, quite simply, they can't use the excuse of they never said they were low on health. Because quite frankly, I have heard a few support players say, look, we didn't know they were low on health.
This ends now.
And I think it is dumb and stupid. It's like, yeah, support doesn't necessarily just mean heal, but again, healing is a part of support and it's one of your main jobs. And quite frankly, Juno, you're not exactly supporting the team. I feel like I'm justified saying this. Juno might be half supporting the team, but she's not 100% supporting the team. Like, I've got, I mean, the assist comes from the same thing. Because I'm pretty sure it does just come from that one kill. The only reason that my kill ratio at the minute is 1-7 is because I'm going into metals, and then support players being right behind me, and they're not healing. Moira might be healing me, but Juno definitely isn't. Oh, I walked straight into that one.
Step right up.
Again.
Wasn't aiming for that to be more kind of petty-wise, but that's what it ended up being. I'm gonna say that was Moira healing me. Although I swear though, if probably Juno in the, like, when it comes to the next round does say, oh, learn to just switch, it'll be like, you just healed. Because part of it is a case of, like, I am not on purposely playing bad, but it's a case of I'm going into battle thinking, am I going to get healed? And again, yeah, I shouldn't necessarily need to think life or those situations. I should think, okay, worst case scenario, my support, the team has got, like, my back, like. Also, another reason why I do really love playing Venta is she's one of the only characters in this game, because there's only a few, that do, you know, fight with their melee weapon. Yeah, let's fight it either way. I'm pretty sure the one side I was trying to go down would have protected me from a nuke, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, 2 minutes extra, like 2 minutes into the last part's not too bad. They're not going to need it. I'm calling it now.
Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
why report Moira? Like, I've not been paying that much attention to our Moira, but why report her? I mean, 2,000 healing is still healing.
I am the Empire. Strike without mercy and
Guys,
victory.
I typically don't like going into these conversations, but the reason why is, like, I don't really like if one of my mates decided to make a false allegation against someone, I would 100% drop them, because false allegations, you know, fuck people over. And yes, it's just a video game, but someone turned around saying, report Venter for playing, and hopefully I'm pronouncing the name wrong.
What should I try first?
But report Venter for playing Venter, and it's like,
5, 4, 3.
what reason are you going to turn, like, I know for a fact I'm getting reported up for this game, because literally it's the case of,
Die, colpitemi.
also, really shouldn't be announcing in, like, the chat, report this person for, you know, existence. And annoyingly, Overwatch would look and be like, okay, so they're barely doing anything, so
For the parch. I am above defeat.
That melody!
like, guys, yeah, I'm one of those people that's like, okay, why the hell is support getting bleed trash? Or it's the same point. If you are willingly going to go out your way to turn around and be like, report this person for doing nothing, then I am going to turn around and give you shit for it. Although I'm not completely like my death ratio is typically what I try to aim for my kills to be. Like I try to get like double digits in common games for kills, depending on what role I'm playing.
Never die.
I'm so annoyed if I Junior like don't get playing the game. Like I will 100% understand if it's just a case of they've been against the Venter and like they've been like useless. How? I'm sorry, but a human getting slung by a sword 3 different times should chop them to pieces.
Che assaggi la mia vendetta.
Just because physics. I'm going to try and sneak attack them, which I know is going to be dumb. I mean, we got further than I thought we were going to. That's actually a good point. Why the fuck was our Sigma moving back? Like, guys, like, you can look at my desk and, like, you can 100% look and it's like, they're doing bad, or they are 100% just being spited by a support player. Just because Junior's one, like, Junior's a support player that can, you know, sort of get to most people. It's like gives you the advantage of being able to get to almost anyone.
They owe me their life.
Is that melody?
Now, I'd like to push this and still have a minute left so we'd have a good bit of time, but I don't think we're going to.
Step right up.
Well, I'm happy I know where the, you know, health packs are on this map. But like I say, guys, Venture is like one of the only characters in this game that does use melee weapons, and I think it would be a lot more cooler to get a few more. Reinhardt uses hammer, Briggs uses hers. But like you've got Vendetta, Reinhardt, and Briggs. Genji has a giant card that only uses for his ult. Like that's about it. Like I could technically get into a case of Mercy has a star. She does when you hit. That's what she does hit you with. Kiriko does have thingies that I'm pretty sure she does hit you them when it comes to you essentially hitting someone with your fist. Or what I'm going to refer to it as bitch slapping. But like, there's literally one character per role. There's literally one character per role that, you know, uses a melee weapon. And I do honestly want to see more. I'd love to see at least a couple per role, so you've got options. Like, Genji has been seen to use that sort of more than just for an ult. In his thing with Hanzo, I can't think where, the monastery, he was just pulling bridging that out. At the same point, I kind of get why Genji... Fuck. I think in the most case, what we'll get is if we do push all the way to the end, is a minute, and they'll have like 3 minutes. Because I do 100% do find it annoying where, see, I think if they give a minute to anyone, they give it to both, instead of just giving it to the team that has 0 seconds. I do kind of think if you both got it to the end and you have 0 seconds, giving someone a minute is not the worst. Now, one benefit this match so much though, when I get rid of a toxic unit. And the annoying thing is, I'm only kind of over double. Now, what jobs? Yeah, I knew it. Report. Gameplay sabotage. Blocking team progress. I mean, I'm already, like, I've lost 3 games and I'm in potentially bronze 2, so could be worse. And although I will say I've got a lot further up in this than I thought I was going to. Like, I thought I'd be, you know, at Icebreaker with like 10 days left. Instead, I'm close to it on. I mean, instead, I think I potentially might get to Escape Artist. Although, I'll say again, or if I'm would be cool. Okay, so that should complete my dailies. Also, guys, this is like one of the rare chances where like I don't really have 3 easy things for dailies. Yes, I could have done 3 games of Mystery Heroes, but like I literally completed my 3. I did 3 games at like 7:30, and then you know that took me like half an hour, and I was like, I want like an hour and like an hour and a half where I'm essentially just step away from Overwatch. Although, guys, I will say, before I did start streaming, I was quickly shiny hunting because it's like, you know what, I'll pop through each one of the areas on Legendary A 1 through 20 and see if I can get a shine. I did it a few times and it did work a couple times. I did it while trying to hunt shiny Rolts so I could get a female shiny Gardevoir. I didn't, I got male, which will do for now, but I will still continue to hunt that thing at some point. Which annoyingly, I got 2 male Gardevoirs, which I'm like, how? Surely it's... Which does mean I can't turn one into shiny Mega Glade, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But yeah, so just before I was in Area 20, it's like, okay, I'll just go for this quick run through. It'll take me like a second, and I heard the shiny noise. It's like, is it going to be another Fletchling? Like, I'm literally missing one of that. I'm missing. I got Fletchinder. I got Fletchin. It's Fletchinder I'm missing, and I also have Talonflame. I got one. I've evolved it into Talonflame instantly. Then got a second which I've just not evolved. Then it would be the third, which I will then evolve into the middle stage. Although, guys, I will say, and I'll quickly just double check this. I have almost a full box of shinies, because I've not spent that long shiny hunting. And most of these were got before I got the shiny charm. There was a gold Magikarp which I got during my playthrough, which I then added to my team and evolved into a shiny Mega Gyarados, which was a dream come true because I've always wanted to Mega Evolve that. There's the Talonflame. There was a Stunfisk randomly. There was a Pidgeot. Which I believe was once I had the shiny charm. I then got 2 Trubbish, and then, well, 3 Trubbish which now evolved 1 into Garbodor, a Patrat, a Marshalk that I can't evolve any further because I don't have a second copy of Legend Z8 or a second Switch. Even though I think I need a second Switch 2 and a second Switch Legend Z8 2. Legend Z8 for the Switch 2. Don't have that option. If one tome comes available, I technically will, but I don't know if I will be able to trade it out and then trade it back in. Who knows? A Barbaracle. A Floette that evolved into Floragados. A shiny Halucha, which took me less time in this game than it did Scarlet and Violet, more specifically Violet. Pansage, Panseer, 2 Panseers, and then I did evolve the one into Simisage, which looks barely different. A second Fletchender, 2 Weedles, and one I did fully evolve into Beedrill, because I want to see what Mega Beedrill looks like. 2 Ralts, one evolved into Kirlia, one was then evolved into Gardevoir, which both male, which was kind of weird. Because you can only evolve male Ralts into male Kirlia into Glade. A Bunnelsby. Base version, no. Second, Vivillon's second stage, which I evolved into Vivillon. And then Hippowdon, which was a shiny I got literally right beforehand. I don't know, if I come into Area 20 now and then instantly see a shiny, I'm going to be very much surprised. And then a shiny Houndoom and a shiny Lucario.
Select your hero.
This is the third. Yeah.
Choose hero
No.
balance.
I'm hoping. So far, I'm gonna say yes, I can play. I went to click Vendetta. I think her name's Vendetta. Vendetta? I think. I do actually need to hear a pronunciation of it. Vendetta. I think her name's Vendetta. I think, I could be wrong. But yeah, so guys, like basically in Version Z at the minute, like, why do some Mega Dimensions to go through? I kind of want to go through it with a shiny team. Because recently, I basically, because I got my full team up to Legend, up to level 100 on Violet. And I wanted to do, and so I was like, you know what, why don't I just make a shiny team? And originally it was like, oh, why am I not finding like anything good? Because at that point the only ones I had was a shiny Glade, shiny Luxray, and a shiny Bishop. And then there was a shiny Rayquaza that I was able to get because of an event. No, because of a Terror Raid. And my team, like, none of those did stay on the actual team in the end. Because, like, on the final team there was a shiny Metagross, which was a pain in the ass to get. A shiny Charizard, because Charizard shiny is cool. There was also a shiny Gyarados on part of that first team for a little bit. There was a shiny Metagross, shiny Charizard, shiny Sylveon, and because of that, I wasn't then going to chuck Gardevoir on the team because I didn't need any more Psychic coverage. Like, my Sylveon already knew things like Moonblast and Psychic. It also had Baton Blast and Carmine. It was more of a setup and support Pokemon that I was using for. There was a Lycanroc that I did want to try and get shiny, because anytime I can run Lycanroc, I do. Lycanroc is one of my favourite. Actually, no, Lycanroc is 100% my favourite. and then there was a shiny Master Rider that a Masuda method to shiny hunt in the end. I was Masuda hunting Lycan Rock, and I don't know why in the end I was just like, my luck was essentially only because I did have a shiny Dust on Lycan Rock. More specifically, a shiny Rock Ruff with Own Temple. But I was like, oh, I want to play through. I think it was Sword. I think it was Shield. But, oh, I want to play through Shield again. I'll transfer it to that, so I've got a shiny Pokemon for that. Do I regret that? Nope. Could I transfer it out? Yes. Will I forever reset that game? 100%.
Apagando las luces.
Because like in the end, I was like, oh, I want like this ultimate special team. I did want a shiny Latios, which would have replaced the shiny Metagross. Or it would have been it wouldn't, like, I wouldn't have gone after Metagross in the end. Or I potentially would have, and the shiny Masquerada wouldn't have been on the team, or I might have just rotated. But then I find out, oh, you can't shiny hunt the old legendaries. Which was a downgrade compared to Sword and Shield. Which, I think is stupid. Like, Sword and Shield, you had a increased chance of being able to find them through Dynamax adventures. So the Dynamax battles, you had a chance to find them. Did I? I don't think I ever did. But, so, in the end, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna make a shiny team. It started off as, I'm just gonna replace the Pokemon on my team and then get their shiny forms. But then I was like, oh, shiny gods, please give me a shiny Gardevoir. And I was like, shiny gods, if the next Pokemon I randomly found a shiny Houndour when check and see if the Beldum was shiny in Lysander's Lab. I was like, shiny gods, I will keep this on my team as the next Pokemon after this I get is a shiny Ralts. It was the next Pokemon I got. The next shiny I got was the shiny Ralts. And then I was saying to myself, why, technically speaking, but I wanted to get a female shiny Ralts. For the simple reason of, I do kind of wish. Never. I will destroy a point. Also, who's that change? Moira, who isn't really doing much better than me. Because apparently people that are letting Sombra sneak past them. Let's see, last time I checked, Sombra didn't have permanent invis, so I don't know how she managed to sneak from here, from their point, all the way over to our. Someone would have had to seen her. Unless they'd given her back a permanent invis, which in that case. Also, the reason I'm not going to change it is because I want to get better as a counter, I just never get the chance. Also, my kill to death ratio isn't that bad. It's probably closer to 40% kills to 60% death. It'd be better if it was, you know, dead on 50-50 in this situation. But when you get trouble teamed, I mean, I don't know who I killed during all that. Also, guys, as usual, Overwatch have not said who. I want that Sombra to piss off. This is the most annoying Sombra in the world.
La mia vendetta.
Pass is the iris.
Also, those who say I don't stream with the armor are wrong. I just rarely do it. There's the ever so often, a few times where... No. I'm an idiot. I know for a fact my team just witnessed me trying what I tried to do. I tried to basically jump over there, but I was short, slightly.
I'll drag them to ruin.
Although, what I do really like about this character is, for people she should be really pissed at and wanting revenge against. I don't know whether she does. Of course the Sombra comes out of nowhere and believes sneak attacks. Because guys, her whole thing, like I think her whole thing is, I do need to double check this, is her I think she wants payback. Or she thinks the people who killed her father have just made her stronger. I mean, it's not... Okay, it was almost double.
Play of the game.
With yours and towards anyone on my team, just I'm slightly insulting. But like, the four people she should want payback against, in the order that she should want payback in, like, so least to most, Genji was just kind of there. Moira, kind of just there, but kind of just a bit more of a threat, kind of. Cassidy was the leader of the mission. Then Reaper, the one who pulled the trigger. Like, Reaper shot her father. Like, no second thought, just bang. Because Cassidy turns around 2 seconds later, we were supposed to bring him in, Reaper. Although I don't think at that point in time he's going by Reaper. And I do thankfully now have all their Blackwatch skins. Although most of them I don't care about. Do I not have Blackwatch Reaper? I'm looking at, like, see, I thought I had most Reaper skins. I do not. They look like, those guns do look cool. Like, I do not necessarily count those because those are just, like, versions of a skin that I already do have, and just a... Yes, guys, no, I did not get Tomono Shigaraki. I'm a big My Hero fan. I just was not that big of a fan of the skin. Same for Cardboard. Like, a lot of these I'm looking at, it's like, okay, Streetwears is probably the only one so far I've liked. And Oni. What was Reaper's Blackwatch skin then? It wasn't Soldier 74. There was this, yes, Blackwatch Reese. And I've never, like, I think it was one of my first skins, one of my first legendaries. I've never been a big fan of this skin. The shotguns look kind of plain and boring. And it just looks way too simple. I'll show, which at the time was known as McCree, and I still think in those he is still called McCree. Cassidy's I do actually really like. It's back when he had both his arms, and it does overall look really cool. He's still kind of plain simple, but I do really do like the design. Because for me, like, a lot of designs I don't like with Cassidy is the metal arm, because they just kind of feel like an afterthought for a lot of skins. Like, Sherlock, yeah, it kind of looks like it was implanted. Gambler, that just does look like a case of, what can we do with the harm? Genji's then. Genji's was also one of my first ones, and I'm also not the biggest fan of this. Because I don't get why you'd only be half Cyber Ninja. And because of that, like, I've never been the biggest fan of it. Which is why I was never fussed about getting it. But I'm pretty sure I did get it from a random loot box. See, I keep thinking, oh, I have Ancient Cooler on. Nope, I have Vampire equipped. Although I do stand by this, Wicked Rain is still a pretty cool skin. Same for Celestial. And that one, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. But, okay, yeah, and Moira's isn't too bad either. They're all black much design, just like silver, black, all mixed with some like red and like accent details. Cassidy's and Moira's doesn't look too bad. Genji's looks kind of like, I don't completely hate it. There are other skins that I do think kind of worse, but like aesthetic wise, I do 100%. Like, I don't get why Genji wasn't just wearing this, like that and like black or something. Because if you would take the colours from that and just basically, if you just can essentially make the other arm the exact same, I'd have no problem. I kind of get it was when he was not fully cybernetic yet, but again, would have been nice. I don't think it was too much to ask. Although I stand by this. Reaper and Moira make sense to be on a Blackwatch team. They've always been kind of rogue Overwatch members. Cassidy also kind of makes sense. But Genji? Like, seriously, a Genji? And, like, I'm looking through the roster and it's like, okay. There's not many characters. Like, Sojin, I think, would make a pretty decent swap. But at the time, she's always been more, like, she's always portrayed as loyal to Overwatch down to the T and all that lot. Anna, I don't think would. Brig wasn't even part of, like, Overwatch. And she's only recently been added to them. Alari, I think, could potentially make a good thing. Like, I'm not really seeing any characters that would have made much sense. So I get why Genji. But at the same point, I do think it could have just been as a 3-player team. But anyway. So yes, guys, so there's only the one video this week, which will be out Friday. There'll also more than likely be a Marvel Rival stream Friday. That's just down to the fact of I'm trying to basically spend most of this week grinding. I'm basically trying to get my master rank up as much as possible. I do honestly think in the next couple of days I probably will be at master rank like 70, like 86, 87. So, but anyway, guys, hope you have enjoyed today's stream. This is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.